Jason Tako. We're in the desert. Gonna do a quick sketch of this really nice mountain scene. And if you happen to be seeing this on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to. And I do show the first 20 minutes or so to the YouTube public, and then the rest is for my Patreon members. So if you want to see this full thing, check out my Patreon account in the link below. $5 a month, you can watch all my Plein videos without any interruptions.
Wow. Yeah. And then I woke up
We're in, I think it's called Sabino State Park, right outside of Tucson. And there's a lot of people here. I did a painting here yesterday as well. You might have seen that already, depending on the order in which I choose to post these. But so we're probably going to get some company here and there. Sun's getting a bit high. It's amazing. It's only like 9 o'clock in the morning, but the sun climbs high here real fast. You got to get up really early. I'm going to extend these shadows out just a bit more, borrow from what I'm seeing in this foreground, just to give it a little more panache, as if you will. And then I want to get in a few cactus. By the way, colors on my palette: titanium white, cadmium lemon, cadmium orange, yellow ochre, transparent red oxide, Venetian red, alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, cerulean blue, viridian, and I put some sap green on. Don't usually use sap green, but I think I might use it today just to speed things up a bit. A lot of bugs out here. Didn't think there'd be this many flying insects in the desert, but so this cactus is off the photo. It's off to the side more, but I'm going to move it over. Because it's pretty interesting. They have that go right out the top. Beautiful thing about this area is that it seems to be always sunny. This is my second full day here, my third total day here. I got here a couple days ago, and it's like forecast is always sunny. think there used to be a sitcom, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've been to Philadelphia many times, and that is definitely not the case. But it seems to be always sunny in Tucson. So getting in my strongest greens first. Putting it in thin, getting some approximates in there. Those greens, as they go further back, they get a little darker. So I want to get at least enough of this foreground established.
Oh, any time. His grandma has done some financing.
Should have got more paint on my palette. Not sure if I mentioned, I have Gamlin's Portland Gray Warm over here. Like using that color for Western scenes. Hi, how you doing?
Would you mind if I took a photo of you painting that?
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Super cool. Oh, and you got it on your camera too? Do you want me to send it to you?
Oh, sure. Let me get a card out here really quick.
Look at it.
Yeah, sure.
Super cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, your email? Awesome. I'll send it
Yep,
to you.
email, phone. It's all on there.
Oh,
Thank you.
huh? No, I just got him with the photo in the background. What, a video?
So we're keeping this loose, sketchy. Gonna push it further back now into the area that I really wanted to get. Which is that mountain area back there. In fact, I think I'm gonna try to block in the shadows first. The shadows are disappearing fast. This mountain range is on the south side of the mountains, which is not my preference, but it's just where it happens to be right now. And the reason why I'm not as big on being the south side of the mountains is because, we're in the northern hemisphere, and so the sun will soon illuminate these mountains and completely flatten them out. And I tend to like backlit mountains, the shadows more. And if you look at a lot of professional artists, you know, painters like Matt Smith, Clyde Aspivig, and that, you look at their mountains, they're mostly backlit. It's just so they look better that way. And it doesn't take long to figure that out. So I'm just blocking in these tones super fast. This is another reason why you want to paint on the smaller side too, especially in scenes like this, if you want to capture the colors and values as they really are. Now, some people don't do that. They like to, they don't really focus on getting accurate colors and values. They either don't know how, they don't care, it's not part of their style. Fine either way. Oil.
How do you keep it from smudging when you carry it back?
Well, part of what I'm using is Alkyd, which is a quick dry oil. But I have panels, special made panels to keep them from touching and smudging. So that helps immensely.
Looking good.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to get our main value mass in, which is the sky. Once the sky is in, it's really going to be able to help me to gauge my colors and values and get things well established. So all my main colors and values are in. I'm going to tip my head upside down and look at the scene. It's not bad. I think I got to go a little lighter in the shadows. We're going to work our way from here back to the foreground again. Okay, so before I can really judge the, how you doing? Well, a lot of interruptions here. I'm on right along the main trail and getting a lot of comments, which is cool, but it's hard to do a video when other people are coming up talking to you. That's too light. I want to mix an approximate mother color. Get that out of the way. Going to rely heavily on the Gamlen's Portland Great Warm to neutralize the lighter part of the mountains. Let's try this out. I have a feeling I'm going to have to neutralize this color even more, definitely. So I'm just going to go with ochre. Now in the studio I might not use yellow ochre because it neutralizes real fast. But out here I think it's definitely called for. These mountains will be bathed in sunlight here very soon, so I'm just going to go real fast. Okay, now let's get some of the light in. Do an upside down test. That's pretty good. It's always nice when you mix a color and you pretty much get it right on your first shot, especially something this neutral. It's very unlikely you're going to get it on your first shot. My white paint, by the way, is Alkyd, which is a quick drying oil paint. And because I'm traveling and because I flew, I want these paintings to dry fast. And of course, you know, if you're into the conservation side of painting, you might get on and say, hey, dryers can, you know, compromise some of the longevity, and it's like, thank you, I know that, don't need to hear about that. I'm not concerned that these paintings last 500 years after I'm dead. I'm concerned about just getting information for myself. So also, I'm not painting the mountains exactly how they are. I just don't have time to fuss with that. That's what the photograph's for. By the way, when you're doing plein air painting like this, you know, and you're going to use photo reference, always take your photo reference first or very early in the process, or at least in the middle of the process. That's what Richard Schmid liked to do, because if you wait till toward the end, and I've seen a couple people do this, students of mine, and it's going to be like so different, the scene, and it's just not going to look like anything that you did, that you painted. You know, all these shadows, like I said, they're just shifting like crazy. Okay, go a little more white. And I got a little too light. That's a little too blue. Got to make sure that when I look at that I look at everything else. If I stare in the shadowy area while I'm painting, it looks darker than what it really is. But when I step back, when I look at the whole scene, that shadow area actually is pretty much the same value as the light area. Now, as the light keeps shifting, all kinds of things are starting to show up in the shadow that I really didn't see much of before. And I'm going to do my best to resist the temptation to want to paint those exactly how they are, because you're just chasing light then, and probably going to frustrate yourself to no end. Right at the edge of some of these areas, it just gets a little bit darker. Switch to a brush for this. Can do an upside down test. Because of the heat and dryness here, this alkyd's already starting to set up or dry. Oh, thank you. Okay, we're going to leave off on that, and I'm not going to touch those anymore because I'll just be chasing the light at that point. Let's move on to those foothills. By the way, if you want to see me paint the rest of this, I'm going to switch to the Patreon public. So click on the link below. $5 a month. It helps me out to continue making this. And we'll see you again. And hopefully see you on the other side.